This week in Boomtown, Hilliard city leaders take a stand over a major fuel cell project tied to a data center. Just ahead, the community pushback and what council decided just this week. Plus, a Central Ohio college is gearing up to train the workforce as a major defense manufacturer promising over 4,000 jobs ramps up for the year ahead. Central Ohio certainly is booming. We all see it and we all can feel it. So here's what we uncovered this week in Boomtown. Thanks so much for joining us for This Week in Boomtown. I'm Angela Ann. Well, this week, Ohio leaders approved new tax incentives for two major projects in Central Ohio. The first, it's called Digital Health Company and Health. It plans to add 75 new jobs. The move is bringing also more than $10 million in payroll as the Columbus-based company expands specialty care services. Also in New Albany, global data center provider EdgeConneX is building a new facility. This project is expected to create 32 jobs and support future growth in the tech sector. These two investments are part of a statewide package to boost jobs and development. Meantime, Central Ohio's banking landscape just got a little more crowded. Take a look. Northwest Bank broke ground this week on the first of 3 financial centers in the Columbus market. It's located on North Hamilton Road along the S-curve. And next year, Northwest Bank plans to add 2 more standalone branches in Gahanna and Westerville. We asked their chief consumer banking officer why those specific locations were chosen.
The expansion that's happening here, it's a growing population. It's a suburb where there's a lot of new home starts, new families are starting here. And then there's a lot of businesses all through this corridor. And so there are also other banks located in this main sort of area. And so it's heavy commerce, it's heavy traffic, population growth, and it's a community that we wanted to be a part of.
Pretty exciting. Now to Hilliard. Amazon is bringing a data center that will be powered by natural gas fuel cells, and really a lot of it. We first told you last week about concerns for this plan from residents to city council members as well. Well, 10 TV's Libby Cathy went to this week's city council meeting to find out if anything can be done.
While concerned residents watched, Hilliard City Council voting tonight on a series of measures they say will help to fight back against a fuel cell system going in to power an Amazon data center here.
Just because we may not win doesn't mean we do not try.
It does seem like a David versus Goliath situation.
Annette Singh is angry.
I'm actually angry. I'm frustrated. It seems like there's really nothing stopping them.
She is among at least 700 Hilliard residents who, in just the last 4 days, signed this petition urging Hilliard City Council to challenge plans adding 200 fuel cells to a new Amazon data center off of Scioto Darby Creek Road. Council members say a new state law allowed the proposal to move forward without city approval.
We were told there's nothing we can do about it. It's their total jurisdiction.
And it seems like the fleece was pulled over everyone's head.
She says neighbors have a host of safety concerns, noting a large gas pipeline will fuel the cells. The mom of 3 says she's especially uneasy with an elementary school going up nearby.
It doesn't make sense how Hilliard is promoting better education for its students, but at the same time risking the health just for Amazon.
Before Singh and others shared their concerns, council members already moving on the issue.
We don't actually have much information at all about the long-term impacts on the environment and on the health and well-being of all who call Hilliard home. We also don't have other data centers reliant on fuel cells of this size to compare to.
Voting unanimously to have the city's law director explore all legal avenues to stop the plan from proceeding, including hiring outside counsel.
Potentially including an injunction and/or an appeal to the Ohio EPA by November 8th.
Also moving to have the acting city manager draft a letter to relevant parties, including Bloom Energy, AEP, and Amazon Web Services, laying out residents' concerns and seeking clarification on the technology, and to create a frequently asked questions page on the city's website where residents can learn more. Many stepping up to thank council for the motion and to reiterate what's at stake.
My first thought was we need to move because it was that concerning for us. We feel betrayed by the Ohio board, by AWS, by AEP.
An AEP spokesperson said in part, quote, fuel cells have proven to be a safe, clean solution for customers' energy needs.
The city of Hilliard has just 2 weeks to appeal the decision. Reporting in Hilliard, Libby Cathy, 10 TV News.
Libby, thank you. And again, that deadline coming up because Hilliard has until November 8th to file that appeal. Now, we did reach out to Amazon for comment when we first got riff of this story, and they told us this, quote, we work with local utilities to access the energy needed to meet the needs of our customers. They went on to say in some instances, such as in Franklin County, the local utility will deploy fuel cells as an interim solution to power a small portion of our overall data. Well, this week we learned of newly approved plans to expand Dublin's Bridge Park district. Developers say the new mixed-use space will have offices, shopping centers, apartments, and even a new hotel. Dublin City Council approved that development agreement for what will soon be known as Bridge North. City leaders say the office space will allow more businesses to settle in Dublin, while also connecting their teams to those living spaces and restaurants and other amenities. Now, you're taking a look at some pictures of that proposed development, which will also feature a parking garage and some road improvements. Construction expected to start on this project early next year. Some big mobility news for Central Ohio. The Department of Transportation is expanding its Go Bus network to better connect our region to the rest of the state. The new routes will link towns like Marion, Upper Sandusky, and Yellow Springs to Columbus and beyond. Experts say this is so important because it opens up access to jobs, schools, and even healthcare services. The goal is to make travel easier and opportunity greater for rural communities right here in Central Ohio. And take a look at the progress at John Glenn Columbus International Airport. This week, we got a new look at where things stand with that airport expansion. So look closely. These are images of the terminal that will be ready for passengers by the year 2029. The airport says people will find an upper level for departures and a lower level for arrivals. It'll even have a new parking garage with a bridge linking travelers right there to the new terminal. Well, this week, we also received a new update on downtown Columbus's newest pedestrian and bike pathway. It's called the Capitol Line Project, and it's been in the works, actually, since 2022. The goal is to create 2 miles of pathways built throughout the city that are exclusive to bike and walking traffic. Now, this will extend through the Gay Street district in downtown Columbus. In a meeting this week, city leaders announced crews will start work here in December, and officials we talked to say this is just the first phase of phase 1.
Our first thing that we have to do is go in and fill in about 9 vaults. Those are vaults that are underneath the sidewalk that need to be filled in order for us to actually put the roadway and the sidewalks back into place.
City officials say all the road work on the project won't start until next summer. Well, we are about 9 months away from the opening of this, Anduril's massive new weapons defense facility. It's called Arsenal 1, and it'll sit right there in Pickaway County. Hiring is already underway for the anticipated July 2026 opening date. Well, this week, 10 TV's Bryn Caswell shares how area technical colleges are working to prepare students for a future in weapons manufacturing.
Through the whistles and wires, these simulators filling the engineering lab at Central Ohio Technical College help train the next generation of workers.
This is something you can do long term.
A task COTC President John Barry doesn't take lightly.
We need to get the information out and get people in this pipeline as quickly as we can.
Intel's arrival in Licking County has become a blueprint, a pilot program that's taught COTC how to quickly build and accelerate training programs to meet the workforce demands of a major manufacturer.
We had to create 4 new courses within our engineering dynamic for them to be able to produce semiconductor components.
Now with the weapons defense company Anduril just 9 months away from opening its Arsenal 1 facility near Rickenbacker Airport. Construction is already underway. Barry says they're ready to start those conversations with the company to see how COTC can adjust or expand its courses to help build a lasting workforce pipeline. In a statement, a spokesperson with Anduril says in part, quote, "We anticipate hiring more than 50 people for Arsenal 1 by the end of 2025. And next year, we plan to ramp hiring, bringing more than 125 jobs on board by July to support the first products coming off the line at Arsenal 1. The spokesperson added Anduril is on track for hiring to meet their commitment of 4,000 jobs by 2035.
When we meet with Anduril, we'll have the same kind of curricular map discussion. They may say, for defense contracts, we want the students to have some measured understanding of that industry sector. We want you to design some sort of course for that. We can do that, and we can do that quickly.
Anduril's vice president of strategy, Zach Mears, says the company's workforce pipeline will span a wide spectrum, bringing in employees with diverse educational and training backgrounds, not just from Ohio. And he says that pipeline should begin early, reaching students as young as middle school.
You're not reaching kids from 6th grade to 8th grade, transitioning to high school, especially for those kids that are interested in a technically oriented trade. You lose that interest and that ability to then pursue that certification that is ultimately going to pull them into this campus behind us.
Right now, COTC offers 3 engineering paths: general, electrical, and semiconductor. They're eager to add more. COTC says they hope to be meeting with Anduril in the next 3 weeks so they can start planning and designing accelerated courses to help meet their needs in the next year. Reporting in Newark, Bryn Caswell, 10 TV News.
Bryn, thank you so much. And if you have any questions related to Central Ohio's rapid growth, we want to hear from you. You can text us at 614-460-3345. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. You can also drop your question right there in the comment section as well. We want to thank you for watching This Week in Boomtown. There's a lot to tell in Central Ohio. We'll see you again next week.